Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. I am here to give you the Ready to Love review. Let's just get right into it. Ready to Love Miami. This is, I guess, Miami Part 2. This is their second season in the city. I'm just not impressed. I'm not impressed. I feel like we're at the point of the show where I personally, and look, I'm just gonna say this first. Let's get the formalities out the first. Please like this video. Please subscribe to Kiss My Cheeks TV if you enjoy the content. I appreciate it. And I want to say this as well. I love to watch these shows and tweet about the shows as I watch them. When I am tweeting about what I see on my television screen. I understand you all have many dates and connections that we don't get to see. It is a 60-minute show. I understand that it's edited down. But don't come for me when I'm tweeting about what I see. I understand it's a process. I understand we don't get to see everything. But again, I'm only tweeting about what I do see. I'm only reviewing this show about what I do see. Now, my girl Kamisha, I'm on the Kamisha Reviews panel. We do Ready to Love every Friday night at 8:15 Central PM. Kamisha likes to interview the cast and get the behind the scenes and get to know the people and know the full story of the situation. I don't. I don't care that much. I just enjoy watching the show. And the way I maneuver through this show, because I feel like a lot of people are here playing games, is I'm here for the entertainment purposes only, which is probably why I like Jeffrey, which is I like Corvea, because they're entertaining cast. Like, they're entertaining me. Some of you all need to step it up. At this point, when it comes to Ready to Love, you all need to understand this is your opportunity, your 15 minutes to get your name out there, maybe get recasted on something else, at least get your social media followers up. So maybe you could sell you some flat tummy tea or, some press on nails, whatever you want to sell. But at this point, I don't believe anyone is truly going to find love just based off of what I see on my screen. It seems like everyone is like, oh, let me have a conversation over here. Yeah, you're my connection. Oh, yep, those two, that's a connection. Just because you want someone to vote for you to stay on this show. Now, if you watch the Kamisha Reviews panel, every review says it all the time. Hey, Yvette, there needs to be a prize like Love Island. I watch Love Island for the same thing. I don't really believe these people from Love Island are falling in love. I believe they're here to entertain, get on a spinoff like The Challenge, maybe another love show. I feel like people utilize their time on Love Island to get the fans up. But at least on Love Island, they get a prize. They get $100,000 to share at the end. They need a little prize pack, $10,000, something, maybe a nice cruise or a Jamaican vacation. The three couples that make it to the end get to fly away to Jamaica or something for a romantic vacation. Something so y'all could ramp the entertainment up and really fight and entertain me, because right now, y'all doing all this BS, just sad to say, for the women to go home looking a fool and the men to go home looking like players. Because no one is true on this show. But I done went on a rant talking about ain't nothing to do with the show. Let's get into the show. The guys are going fishing. I don't care nothing about fishing. Here comes Tommy. He's sending them out on yacht parties. Everybody get your connections together for the yacht party. Cool. A couple of people went out on dates before the yacht party. Your girl, I ain't took no notes. So if I don't remember your date, it wasn't important to me. The main date I recall is Tony and Marcia. I think they call her Marcy on the show. And Tony is talking about he's an outdoors type of guy. He likes to hike, camp, fish. And Marcia is me. I don't want to go hiking. I damn sure don't want to go camping. And the last thing in the world I want to do is put worms on a hook and sit around looking for some fish. No, sir. If you take me on a date like that, it will probably be our last time dating because I'm going to complain the whole time. I'm going to be ready to go the whole time. And I'm not the type of female that's going to fake interested in something just to have a man. I believe you can be with someone and not have the same interest. It's probably because that's my marriage and I ain't got my wedding ring on, but y'all should already know. When I'm in the house, especially looking like this, I ain't walking around with my wedding ring on. But anyway, me and my husband don't have a lot of the same interests. Like we do both enjoy fantasy football. We both enjoy hip hop music. We both enjoy a good spades party. But like right now, basketball season, I'm not watching no basketball games. And I love to go out to concerts. He don't like to go out to concerts. I used to go out to concerts with my homegirls and stuff. It's a such thing of men doing things with their homeboys and girls doing things with their girls. We ain't gotta always be doing stuff together. So I don't understand why it's an issue for Marcia to be like she doesn't like outdoors things and Tony to be like, I don't want to be with her. Most couples don't have to do the same activities to get along. That's something you could do with your boys. Go fishing with your boys. I'm gonna be at the house online shopping. You know, but hey, I guess you gotta like everything together on this kind of show. Who else had a little date beforehand? I know a couple of people did. I don't forgot. But anyway, let's get to the boat party. We learned that Andre, the little curl, and his little baby puff. Whew, y'all, if y'all haven't watched my previous videos, y'all know I'm having a bad hair day, and I'm just not in a happy circle. I'm in a little moment of sadness, not depressed, but I'm just, and it's all vanity. It's all vanity. I'm going through shopping withdrawals. My hair look a mess. I ain't feel like putting on makeup, so it is what it is. Y'all getting a true Angie right now. But anyway, so Andre has COVID, and instead of doing his week, 2 weeks, I don't know the rules. You know, damn near now they tell you sit at home for 2 days and go back to work. I don't know what the rules for COVID is now. But Andre decided to take himself out of the process. Now, yes, a young lady last season had COVID. She did her time away from the show and she came back when she was negative. But Andre said, I don't want to play in nobody's face. Let me go on back down the strip. You know, and I'm happy that he did that. I'm happy that he did that because I feel like his connection was with Cynthia. Cynthia is one of the girls that have already cried on this show. And I feel like when you get to crying on TV, you really mean the emotions, unless she a really good actress. I don't know. But I feel like Cynthia is one of the ones really looking for love. And if Andre didn't feel like he really cared about Cynthia, he would have came back to the process. Or maybe he'll call her at home. Maybe they will be one that get together after the show. And I got a point to say about that when we get to the end of the show. But anyway, so Andre is gone. I'm happy. Nothing against you, Andre. I don't know you. You could be the kindest soul in the world. But that little curly crew and that puff disturbed me. Now I know my puff right now could be disturbing y'all, but I don't give a damn. But I'm just happy I don't have to look at that no more. I don't have to critique it anymore. Bye, Andre. So we on the boat. Everyone's having a good time. Let's talk about the conversations on the boat. They learned that Andre isn't there. I feel like Cynthia, that was her connection. And I don't want to say she should have went home when Andre went home, but she now has to connect with some other people if she wants to stay on the show. But that's also a part of the game. You have to pretty much talk to everybody because you just can't meet one person and put all your eggs in that basket. You should get to know everybody to see who else you could try to work a connection out with. And Cynthia had a good conversation with Anthony, the pink Hawaiian shirt with the matching pink pants. I did not like his outfit, but I feel like, hey, Inga, I feel like Anthony is a kind soul. I feel like he's the nurse practitioner. Hey, Vita. I feel like nurses are kinder souls where they're good people and you have to be, I mean, I don't know too many nurses, but I feel like you got to be nice to be a nurse. So I'm kind of happy that Cynthia is connecting with Anthony. They had a conversation about children. I believe she has 2 kids, and he either has 2 daughters or 1 daughter, but she likes the conversation he says about kids and how he's his daughter's first love, and he's going to teach his daughter what to put up with and what not to put up with. I love to hear it. It sounds all good. But I would like to see what Cynthia and Anthony present going forward. It's not a good season at all. The previews be good because every preview be like, oh, it's going down next week. And it'd be like, that's all that happened. Okay. I don't think none of these people have a connection. I don't either, but let's get into it. So another conversation that happened was Demario, because I gotta think about in my mind the names, Demario and Corvea. Now I felt like I've never seen Demario and Corvea have a conversation on this show. Now, mind you, disclaimer I said at the beginning, I know this is an edited show. I know we don't get to see all the dates. I saw Morgan on Instagram today hollering about she was all out on a date with Anthony, and they edited to make it seem like she was talking about Tony when she was really talking about Anthony. Girl, we don't care. We don't care. We only talking about what we see on the TV screen. And if production didn't think that your date with the other person was juicy enough to put on the TV screen, then it didn't happen for me. It didn't happen. But anyway, let's get into just the juiciest part of the show. Now, for some reason, they had to play Truth or Dare, where you got to go kiss your top, rub your top's feet, give your top a hug, all of that stuff. This is one part of the show I hate because it's what, week 3, week 4? Everybody hasn't really decided who their tops are. So, like when, damn it, Lyndon had to rub the feet of his tops, he went and go rub Jeffrey feet, and he went and rubbed, no, that was Mark Anthony, and he went and rubbed Mercedes feet. Now, the little conversation he had with Jeffrey, I felt like Jeffrey is only talking to Mark Anthony because she blew up the spot with Blake. But then she also was talking to Demario as well. Like I said, I just feel like people picking people to be picking. I don't really know what's going on. But then Morgan is in her feelings because Tony isn't giving her enough attention, but she really likes Tony. So when she's asked who's the most attractive people here, of all the people, she's named Lyndon. I'm like, really? The one with the roommate is the most attractive? Okay, girl. Lyndon is the most attractive. Then she pointed out Marcia and herself. And I'm like, girl, you could have said Lyndon, Tony, and yourself, or Lyndon, Tony, and Marcia. Like, whatever. So now Tony and his feelings because he wasn't on the 3 most attractive list. And mind you, I don't know none of these people from a can of paint. And I'm kind of just giving Tony the benefit of the doubt because we're in the same professional field. He does taxes, I do accounting. So I'm like, I'll rock with Tony because he the tax, is he a tax reporter? It didn't say tax preparer. I don't know what he does, but he does something with taxes. Whatever. So I'm kind of rocking with Tony, and I like him, but I don't like I ain't gonna pay her no. I don't. It's pettiness and it's games that you're playing on a TV show to try to get a man. Now I know They trying to get a woman too. Everybody should be on their best behavior, but I feel like men really don't like to play games, especially in the beginning. Like maybe now, maybe once you get a man, it might be, cute to, I don't know. I feel like men in general just don't like to play games. So if you start playing games with a man in the getting to know you phase, I feel like that's a turn off for men and they gonna pass swipe left, whatever that thing called. But anyway, up next, it was somebody else in the Truth or Dare. This is what I get for not taking notes. Oh, Jeffrey had to kiss her top. Or who was it had to kiss their top? Lyndon? Somebody kissed Jeffrey in the mouth, and I forgot who it was already, but I don't care. Because I feel like Jeffrey about to bounce around to everybody. Now, you say you're not rubbing nobody's feet. That's another thing. I know ladies are supposed to, we usually are a little bit more cleaner than men. And we wash our body from head to toe. But they had on sandals. They could have been walking through the sand, the dirt. They had been walking around this boat. They could have sweated on the bottom of their feet. I guess I can only speak for myself. But I'm with you, Inga. The last thing I want to touch is somebody's feet. I don't want to touch my husband's feet. Hey, Davion. And that's my husband. And I don't want to rub his feet. So I damn sure don't want to rub, like you said, some strangers' feet on a boat. So to each their own. And then Mercedes like, oh, you could go ahead and put my toe in your mouth. I'm like, girl, ain't nobody putting your toe in their mouth. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. But let's get on to the drama of the trip. Let me see what you said up here. They need to revamp the whole show and get some regular everyday people. I saw, and I feel like it was somebody trolling, where they wanted to do a season of Ready to Love 50 and over. I would love to see that because I feel like I would hope people in their 50s would take the show seriously, like really be looking for love. But people play all day at any age. They need to go back to either Atlanta or Houston. Those were better seasons. Well, they're going to Dallas next. So one of my good friends lives in Dallas, and I sent her the thing. I said, girl, because she's married too. I said, tell all your single friends to sign up for Ready to Love. They coming to Dallas. Y'all think Tony is a player? There's no Jeffrey Love in the chat. Mark Anthony. Oh, okay. I get them all confused. But anyway, let's get into the Suzanne, Blake, Jeffrey situation. So Blake is happy that Suzanne told him the tea about what Jeffrey said and kind of saving him at the last ladies roundtable. So he brought Suzanne some kind of diamond bracelet. Was it real diamonds? Because I'm like, now this gonna sound shady and no disrespect. I ain't trying to count nobody coins because I don't want nobody trying to count mine, but I'm about to try to count them for a second. He's a security guard. They ain't say he owned the corporation security. They just said he was a corporate security guard. How is he spending his whole paycheck buying this lady diamonds and that ain't even his girlfriend? So remember the tea I said a few weeks ago, allegedly on the Twitter curb, that two people on the show are already dating and they faking the funk like they looking for love, but they true significant other is still on the cast. Now, at first, I thought it was Jeffrey and Blake, but maybe it's Blake and Suzanne, and maybe this a bracelet he done already gave Suzanne at the house, and he gave it back to her on the show. I don't know. Allegedly, I'm just speculating based off of the tea I heard off of Twitter, but I thought that was too much. Like, we ain't never seen people give people diamonds. Like, they come with a little candle. What he was giving last season, a little journal. a little thank you, a little $10 candle, but not no bracelet. I don't know. But she was happy to receive it and whatever. So then Blake builds up the nerve to be like, look, I got to go confront Jeffrey. And this is where I believe Blake said everything he said to Jeffrey. And maybe Blake and Jeffrey really are the couple. I don't know. I don't know. I hope they reveal this by the reunion and this just not fake tea that I'm speculating about this entire season. But Jeffrey and Blake go upstairs to talk. And he like, you know what you said, and I'm mad at you. And she was like, I don't know what I said. Now Jeffrey knew what she said, but she wanted him to say what she said. Which, when I'm talking to people, that's the number one thing that'll make me get up and walk away from a conversation or piss me off. Don't pull me to the side talking about I did something to you, but you can't say what I did and that I know what I said. Because I talk a lot. And while I'm talking, my intentions is never to hurt anyone's feelings, unless I'm probably talking about Giselle Bryant. But my intentions is to never hurt your feelings, but I could be in a good gossip session and be talking to somebody and it get back to you. And I don't know. I don't know what I said. Girl, I done talked to 10 people today. What are you talking about? Now, I also feel like it's a thing of maturity. If you want to confront me, tell me what hurt your feelings or what bothered you or what was a lie so I can address it. Because I could have been like, oh, I misspoke, or oh, that's what I thought, and we could clear it. But if I got to sit up and play a guessing game with you about what you said, okay, if you can't tell me what I said, I'm walking off. I don't play that game. So I understand where Jeffrey was coming from, even though I know Jeffrey knew 1,000% what he was confronting her for. And that's why I feel like it's a lie that Blake was lying. I feel like Blake said exactly what he said to Jeffrey, and he didn't want to be called out in the lie. Because for him to be like, you said I was trying to lock you down, and she would have been like, yeah, you said it. And he would have been called out in his lie. So I don't know. I feel like if you weren't really going to confront it, why bring it up? But who knows? Who knows? Blake is trying to lock down Suzanne. Is her name Suzanne? I've been calling her Sue Ellen, Suzanne. I don't know what her name is. And everybody's like, oh, Blake is so cute. He already got her a nickname. I'm like, Blake probably don't know what her real name is because I don't know what it is. I've been calling her Sue everything. So it's easier when you don't know somebody's name just to be like, oh, it's Sue something. So Sue. Girl, don't fall for it. He just don't know your name. I would like to see a season in the Midwest. Why can't they go to Chi-Town? Chicago would be great. And I know a couple of single people in Chicago that could use the application and would do a good job. They're very entertaining, professional. They probably don't want their business industry. It is Suzanne. I'll be calling her everything. Jeffrey wasn't lying. Blake is a terrible liar. I agree. I don't think Jeffrey was lying at all. At all. And I don't blame Suzanne for confronting Blake with the information. Because if I'm dating you and I think I have potential to have some kind of connection or relationship with you, and I get to the ladies round table and it's a lady talking about, oh, he say I'm on lock, he always checking to see what I'm doing, and I'm his number one and he don't want nobody else. Yes, I'm going to confront you the next time you come in my face like, look, what we doing here? Because if you want to be with Jeffrey, be with her, but don't be playing in my face because I could be talking to somebody else. So I don't blame Suzanne or Sue Ann. I ain't never gonna get that right. I might start calling her Sue too. Sue Ann. Okay, not Suzanne. I don't blame Sue Ann either. So, and then I heard it's some kind of what happened at the round table stay at the round table. I feel like if something comes up at the round table that pertains to my dating situation, that ain't staying at the round table. Now, last season when old girl was telling her personal business, even though I don't know what personal business she told, that whole situation got on my last nerve last season. But I can see that if somebody reveals something about themselves personally, then yes, don't bring that to the group. But if we talking about the men, and if the men on bullshit, then I have a right to call them out if I hear some stuff. Oh, I ain't hear this, Evita. Did you hear that one of Blake's exes came out and read him for filth? I kind of saw that, but once I heard that the relationship was 10 years ago, I ain't care. I ain't care because let me tell you why. It ain't a person out there right now that I've dated 10 years ago. Mind you, whatever, I've been married 8 years and we dated. So 10 years ago, I was with my husband. But okay, let's take it back 15. It ain't nobody I dated 15 years ago that I cared that much about that if I see them on national television that I want to blast them. And it's been some men out there that I've dated before my husband that have broken my heart, done some fuck shit. See, I done start cussing. That's done some bull BS. You know, I've been through all the relationship drama that I feel like most women may have went through. But if I see them on TV, I'm not that caught up on nothing from 15 years ago that I want to go to the internet and blast it. Like that happened 15 years ago. So that lady talking about something that happened 10 years ago, girl, get you some therapy and some help. You should not be that concerned about seeing Blake on the TV. And they say Blake ain't even his real name. That's his last name. She said his name is Jamal. I did see that. A mess, but I'm more concerned for her. Like, girl, get yourself some help. Get us some help, girl. Blake can go. Suzanne can go. I would love to see it in Chicago or Detroit because that's my family. Family in Chicago. All of them in my mama's side in Chicago, my daddy's side in Detroit. And I know plenty of single females in Detroit that could use to be on this show too. So, yes. What's his name? Tommy, nephew Tommy. Hit up the Midwest. Chicago would be great. Yes. It is dumb. It is dumb. First of all, Blake is a red flag for me because he got 3 kids with 3 different mothers. Look. I ain't gonna judge nobody for how many kids they have. Now over 3 would be a lot. I'm not gonna I ain't gonna say nothing about 3 because I'm in a 3 situation. Shut up, Angie. Like I'm in a 3 situation myself. Like my son, he's child number 4, and I'm baby mama number 3. If put a little bit of my business in the street. And my son's dad did get married, and I love his wife. Like I love his wife more than I care about him, but don't tell nobody I said that. So I'm not gonna judge anybody for 3 kids, but I would be more concerned. You talking about and it's 4 because the second set are twins. But anyway, business in the street. I wouldn't judge anybody for that, but I would have questions, especially if I wanted to have more children. Like I don't know if I want to be baby mama number 4, but that's people business. At some point in life, men do change. Some men don't never change, but I can see for a woman who has no children, that could be a concern. Because that's 3 women you got to put up with. Now, mind you, I'm the nice one. I ain't going to ever cause no drama. I'm never going to cause no drama because number one, I don't want him back. So all I care about is the child. And it all depends on if you're dealing with women who want them back or don't. But anyway, let's move off of that. Let's get on to who getting voted home because to me, any, meeny, miny, mo, all of them can go home. It's between Marcia, Jeffrey, and Corvea. Now, this is what I tweeted last night because y'all seen it on the television screen. Everybody want to use the lifesaver. It seemed like Corvea is the one that was going home. Demario was like, no, not Corvea. And then is it Lyndon or Mark Anthony? I get them confused. But one of the other was like, we might want to use this lifesaver down the road. Now, let me tell you about this lifesaver and why it would never work, especially with a bitch like me. Especially with somebody like me. When you say unanimous vote, if we not voting for the person that I want to stay, I ain't never using a lifesaver. Ever. Ever. It might as well be a waste. Because at this point, I'm looking at this like Big Brother, Survivor, a competition show. This is an immunity idol. That's a unanimous immunity idol. If I ain't using it for the person that I want to save, ain't nobody using an immunity idol. So that's why I feel like it's a waste. But it's a cliffhanger. We don't know who goes home. But what I tweeted, and I didn't add nobody because I don't follow nobody from these shows. All I said was Demario was just jealous of Jeffrey kissing Mark Anthony on the mouth. Because remember, he had a little side confessional like, I can't believe a woman like that would let somebody kiss him in the mouth. No, you just mad she didn't kiss you in the mouth. But I said he was just all jealous about Jeffrey, but now he fighting for Corvea to stay. And so then he gonna retweet me talking about Cap or something else that, the young people say. And then I said, you ain't see what you said on Oprah Winfrey's TV? And he was like, that's editing. And I was like, okay, sir. Like, I left it at that. Yeah. And then somebody else had to tweet me, yeah, they've been on dates that you ain't get to see. Okay. I don't care what I didn't get to see. I'm just talking about what I did see. And now you fighting for Corvea. And it seemed like you ain't never had a conversation with Corvea. Look, save Corvea this week. She probably going home next week because don't nobody like Corvea but you. And let's talk about the disrespect because I'm supposed to be talking about Potomac, but I'm about to get there. How dare Tony get up there? And mind you, I like Corvea. I actually would like to see Corvea stay, but I think most of the men think she's a gold digger. I'm not saying she's a gold digger. I just feel like that's what most of the men have already decided about her. And the only one willing to stick with her is Demario. But Tony gonna get up there and tell Corvea, you need to think about the words that come out of your mouth before you say it. And it was just the way he said it to her, like he was chastising her, like she was a 2-year-old. And I would have been like, hold up. I thought my daddy was in Illinois. I ain't know my daddy had came down here to check me on the way I talk to people because who are you? I don't know. To me, after he would have said that to me, I probably would have said, okay, let me get my purse. This ain't the show for me. I'm out. Because I just didn't like the way he said that to her. It's giving me the feeling that either Corvea goes home or everybody stays. And from the preview, we already know Jeffrey is staying. So that's the end of the episode. I guess we got to wait till next week to see. Inga, you said everybody could go home. They really could because nobody is fighting for Marcia. Nobody, like these 3 women, nobody really wants them but one person. And the only people that want them is just trying to hold on to somebody to stay on the show. Because I guarantee you, if Corvea goes home this week, Demario knows he goes home next week. Period. Lord, you done called that lady Corvette. Her name is Corvea. I didn't like how he talked to her either. Marcia is likely going home because she's just a homegirl. None of the guys really feeling her. It was one guy fighting for Marcia, but he, like I said, he was only fighting for Marcia so he could have somebody to stay. I didn't like it. Tony told Corvea she better watch how she speaks out her mouth. That's what I'm saying. That's when I would have grabbed my purse and gave everybody the deuces because I don't believe Corvea wants Demario. Now, she might, but I didn't get the vibe from the show. I would have cussed Tony out too. No, I wouldn't have cussed him out because I wouldn't have gave them the satisfaction of saying, yeah, that's her mouth. I just would have grabbed my purse and said, y'all ain't got to vote. I'm out. Let me go on see what Andre and his ponytail talking about. Anyway, that's it, y'all. I'm so off with all my videos. I was supposed to start Real Housewives of Potomac 15 minutes ago, and I'm just late. I didn't plan on talking this much in all of my videos, but if you care to hear what I have to say about Real Housewives of Potomac, stick around. I'm about to start that live in about 30 seconds. If not, I'll see you next week for Ready to Love. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I'm almost to 1,000. It's like I could touch it, but I can't. I could touch it, but I can't. But anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow for something else. And like I said, in a few seconds for Potomac. Have a good night, y'all. Bye.